So I thought I gotta do more talking videos. So today I'm gonna talk to you about how you can deal with negativity and negative people and how to be positive. This is something a lot I know people, want to live into every person on the planet. I'm sure each one of us, family or friends, will come across people who are puts us down, makes fun of the way we dress, the way we talk, makes fun of our dreams, what we do. So this video is going to be about how to deal with these people and also how to deal with negativity that you have sometimes with yourself. So if this is something that you can relate to, then keep on watching. Now before I go into the practical advice I just want to talk about negativity in general. So what is it? So the actual definition of negativity is the expression of criticism, pessimism about something or someone. Now, how do we become negative? Like, we come into this life, these beautiful children, innocent and sweet. How do we actually become these negative people? And a lot of this negativity and negative habits and patterns come from a parent or maybe family, grandparents, uncles, aunts, anyone we're surrounded to when we're young. The culture, it plays such a huge role in us becoming negative and creating those negative or developing those negative cycles inside of us. Personally, I come from a very negative culture, a culture that judges a lot, criticizes a lot, so I can relate to that a lot. Now, once we understand negativity just as a general term, I think what's important is to look outside of ourselves and see where is that negativity in our lives. So where is it in our lives? Personally, I had to do that for myself a few years ago. More than a few years ago, I would say it kind of started about 10 years ago when I realized I was becoming... This happened about probably 5 years ago when I noticed that I was surrounded by negative people or they were bringing me down. So first I'm going to talk about the personal level and then more of the public aspect. And so the personal level is just, people that's surrounding you that are negative. Either it's a family member or friend. The more I became aware of these negative people in my life, I realized that these negative people in my life who either make fun of me or criticize me or made fun of my ideas or dreams that I expressed to them, the more that I realized this was part of my life, I realized how much energy this is actually sucking out of me. Any one of you watching this video who has negative people in your life can relate to this 100%, because when you're around negative people, it feels like they're sucking the life out of you. It's like this poison that they inject you, and if you allow them, if you stay with them, if you continue being friends with them, then you continue, swallowing this poison. And it ruins your life, it ruins your dreams, it can really affect your life. So when I became aware of the effect negativity was having on my life because of these people I was surrounded with, whether family, friends, family member, I made a decision, and this decision was very important and life-changing, and it was a decision to let go of all the negative people in my life. Now, okay, let's talk about friends first. Friends are much easier because we choose our friends and we can just stop being friends with them. So I literally had to break a few up with my friends. I had a conversation where I was literally telling my friends, this girl, that I know I don't want to be friends with you because it's not good for you or me. I was being positive and she kept dragging me down, and I kind of continued to change her, and that wasn't right either, because I think when you have a negative person in your life, what's important to realize is you can't change them. They will only change when they want to change. So I kept trying to change her, but she didn't want to change. It was a coworker at work. But that was a really important realization when I realized I have no right to change her. I either accept her or I no longer am friends with her. So I made a choice to not be friends with her anymore. So what I told her about that, of course it didn't go down so well, but at the same time I think it's something that you have to do for yourself if you respect yourself, your time and your energy. And I realize I have this much time and I'd rather focus it on positive people who give me energy and not put me down and not put down my ideas or dreams. So funny enough, when this person was making fun of my ideas, becoming a YouTube channel and content creator or whatever I'm doing now, traveling the world, and she's probably still there in her same place, but also because of the choices she's making. So I made a choice not to be friends with her anymore, and a few other people that were bringing me down. I just made a conscious decision to no longer talk to them. And you don't have to be so drastic as I've been. You don't have to be so drastic and break up with friends, but slowly spend less and less time with these people because they're not really bringing anything positive to you, your energy. They're just taking out of you, and that's not a fair friendship. Now, when it comes to family, it's a bit more tricky because there's a saying, we choose our friends, but we don't choose our family. I agree with that, but at the same time, I think if we want to have real, authentic family relationship, it's important to be honest with them. So I had situations in the past where certain members of my family were very negative, and I did hold it in for a long time, but at some point I just said to myself, enough is enough. I'm no longer going to take this criticism, this negativity, because it takes me so much energy to be positive, and then this person just brings you down. So I gathered some courage and I had a very honest conversation with this family member of mine, and I said, listen, I accept you. However, understand that if you continue being this negative person that you are, which is completely a choice, realize that we are going to continue drifting further and further away. So you can either be okay with that, and that's fine with me, or you can do something for yourself. I just want you to be happy at the end of the day, but realize that this is also going to result in us being closer, better relationships. So what ended up happening is me just creating more and more space with that family member, and that was great. So that space allowed that family member to realize that what they were doing was actually causing that space in the first place. And in the long term, it actually got that person to, become more positive, and our relationship got a lot better. So I think it's really important. So if you have a family member that are negative, not to take abuse, have an honest conversation with them and say, listen, if you're not going to change, this is going to affect our relationship. If you don't want to lose me, then just become more aware. You don't need to be positive all the time, but when you're around me, you got to watch what you're saying. So I think just, respecting yourself and letting other people know that you respect yourself and you won't let them treat you that way, put you down, put your dreams down, and anything else that is negative and critical toward you. And of course, we gotta cover the point of how I deal with public negativity that I get. And honestly, I don't think I get a lot of it, but I do get it. Because if you're in the public eye, anyone that's in the public eye is gonna get some negativity. I love this quote that I saw somewhere that says that if you wanna be nothing, do nothing and say nothing. So if you're gonna do something that means something to you, something that you stand for, something that you believe in, expect some kind of criticism and negativity. It's just part of the game, so you just got to just accept it. Now, once I say that, I still realize that sometimes it can be daunting and painful to hear those negative comments toward yourself. I totally get that. I think I'm getting a sort of a tougher skin, so I'm not really drawn to the haters. But I mean, sometimes it can get me down. I have to be honest about it. And one way to deal with that is I learned to have more compassion towards these people. With experience, of course. Those negative comments really have nothing to do with me. It has to do everything with the person. I just don't choose to listen to those criticism, to these negative remarks that has to do with the reality of you. It has to do with the personal struggles of these people. So when I read negativity from anybody, I just send compassion to those people, because I realize that if they're attacking a total stranger that they don't even know, they might be attacking, well, actually, they are attacking themselves all day long, probably. And I always think, and I'm always aware of that myself, that the way we talk to speak to others is our inner talk. So just think about it for a moment. The way we talk and speak to others is our inner talk. So if people are nice, sweet, unconditional with other people, they are that way with themselves. If people are negative, mean towards other people, trust me, they're in so much pain inside. That's why it comes out outside. You know, the only change that can happen is really when we start working with ourselves and our own inner world. Having that understanding, I always try to work on compassion and understanding. What other people say about me has nothing to do about me, has to do with everything about them. Now, what if you are the source of negativity? What if you are the one who's negative, expressing this criticism towards others? Because let's be honest, every once in a while we'll all fall in the trap of negativity, including myself. Because a couple years ago I noticed with myself that, oh my goodness, I'm becoming a negative person. And I'm really grateful I became aware of that, because some people just don't become aware of that and they just go in the negative cycle. I always say I don't believe in bad people, I believe in bad habits. So it's just a bad habit. Negativity is just a bad habit. And I was able a couple years ago to catch myself and say, first of all, you're in this situation, you have 2 jobs, and you're driving, whatever situation I was a couple years ago, when I used to work 2 jobs and dropped out of school, I decided you can make a choice to go out there and go do nothing. You can make a decision to live in the street and be homeless. You can make any choices. You're making choice to work 2 jobs and quit school. Understand that you made the choice to be something or do something, and it empowers you. So you switch from that victim mindset from, oh my goodness, my life sucks, I have to work, I have to do this, I'm so tired, to I'm making this choice, I own this. This is temporary, it's just life, it's not gonna last forever, I'm gonna get through this. So just switching that mindset makes life easier. Even though I still had 2 jobs and I wasn't in school anymore, I did not become easier or lighter, but I just became more positive. I had a better time being with myself, and I'm sure other people enjoyed being around me more. The thing is, most people that complain don't want to do anything to fix their situation. I know that because I've been in situations where acquaintance or a friend will be complaining and I would come up with a solution and present it to them, and they wouldn't be interested in the solution. They just wanted to complain. And the reality is that no one wants to be around negative people. That's something that's important to understand, especially if you catch yourself being negative. Something that I became aware of, and making a choice whether you want to be negative, whether you choose to be positive. Being positive takes a lot of effort, energy, and courage. A lot of courage, because people will try to bring you down, and it's just something important to keep in mind. And the truth is that we can't control our life or other people. However, I always say the only power we have in life is the power we have over our attitude. And that truly makes all the difference, is the attitude we have in life. Now, I just want to quickly give you some practical advice, tips, and things that I do day to day that help me be more positive as a human being and help me deal with the negativity that is in the world or around me. One of the main things that I do every day is I do my 5-minute journal. And 5-minute journal, most of you probably know what it is. It's something really fun that I found out years ago, when I realized that I needed something that helped me to condition my mind to think positively and focus on the positive things in our lives. And it's just a little journal. There's just a few questions in there, and it only takes you 5 minutes a day. So I do it as soon as I wake up in the morning. I think it's great to do with family, and there's a section you write in right before you go to sleep. You can read it out loud, and it's something really good to do daily, and it's something that I've been doing for a couple of years, and it's bring me so much joy, and it's helped me to focus on the gratefulness and not the things that I'm lacking, and it definitely empowers me to see the better things of life. Another thing that I practice daily that helps me be more positive and deal with negativity is doing some kind of Pilates. You can do something that gets your mind going for something else, and I think it really helps. There are so many incredible benefits of just like moving around and keeping yourself alive. What it does, it creates awareness. You become more aware of yourself. You become more aware of the world. The reason why it's more important to become aware as a human being, because you can catch yourself that you want to do something that you want to change. Just being aware of things without reacting to them. Let's say somebody is attacking to you, someone is calling you names, putting you down, whether it's your friends, family, your family members, just maybe somebody at work. You have a choice to either react and also go into that trauma, or you have a choice to just stay calm and understand that this attack has nothing to do with you and everything to do with that person and their world and their reality. And I read this quote somewhere recently that said, all of the water in a specific open cannot drown a boat unless the water gets inside of the boat. So it's the same thing with all the negativity in the world. They cannot bring you down unless you allow them to come inside of you. So journaling, praying, spending time reading definitely will help you realize and bring your mind to what is affecting you, and it helps. I don't watch the news, I don't read the news, I don't really care about the news, and it's not an ignorant remark. A lot of you people could say, well, you need to know what's happening in the world, you need to be informed. Trust me, if something important happens in the world, you're gonna know. If something happens, if a war starts somewhere, plane goes down, we know, because it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, people talk about it. If something important happens, trust me, you will be informed. Now, do you really need to know about all these other negativity things that are happening in the world? I always say, unless you're actively going to do something about everything that is going to happen in the world, negative, and that's the only thing they show on the news anyways, then there's no point to bring that negative energy into your life. What's the point of watching the news if you're not actively gonna do something about it? Can you answer that question? If you can't, then stop watching the news. Now, last but not least, because I think this one is the most important one, is surround yourself with positive people, positive friends, positive books. If you don't have good people in your life, then you can do that virtually by maybe watching some positive YouTubers or reading a motivational book of other people who have changed their lives, who motivate you, who inspire you, who motivate you. There's so much out there in the world, and a lot of it is actually free, so you have no excuses. And at the end of the day, being a positive person is such an amazing bonus to your life, whether you're looking for a partner, maybe you're single or in a relationship. Nobody wants to be with a negative person. Or if you're looking for a job, everyone wants to be around positive people. Everyone is attracted to positive people. It's so attractive. It's just an amazing energy that you give out when you're positive. It means that you're focused on the solution rather than the problem. And it's an amazing mindset to have. And it's almost like being on this island in the middle of a stormy ocean. And I just want to encourage you today to become that island for yourself and for other people in your life. And I truly believe that we all have the power to make the choice to be positive and to stay away from the negative forces. They're there, we can accept them, but we don't need them to have them to become part of our lives. So that is all I have to say today, but I think it was important to share all that I did share in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you enjoyed this video. Try to leave a like, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. And please share this information because I think so many people can benefit from this message. Thank you guys again. Goodbye.